UMBS. Now, the thing is, this stands for Deep Underground Military Bases. They are basically nuclear shelters, but are designed for more than just functioning as a shelter, nuclear, biological, chemical, or otherwise. They are massive, living cities built deep underground and are connected to each other via an impressive underground rail network. The nuclear protection they offer to the government, and the government only, and their elite, is not extended to us in the public. This is yet another image of an impressive underground entrance. Now the military, the government, NASA, the powers to be, secret space agencies, they all know that these huge objects are with our sun right now. And our sun is cracking up, it's falling apart. The coronal holes, the earthquakes, it all matches everything that we're seeing in the skies. So these underground entrances are all over the world. They've been building these bunkers, these underground cities for years, 20, 30, 40 years, as we, the public, have been had the wool pulled over our eyes, so we don't get to notice what they've been up to. And they've been sucking our taxpayers' money every single day of our lives, of our working times. This is another image of the Dulce underground base in New Mexico. There's lots of things that have happened here many years in the past. Of military that have lost their lives, of secret people from the military that have survived and seen lots of crazy things going on down there. And there's huge amounts of underground facilities down there, tunnels, even tunnels that have not been made by us. But that's a different story. And there's so many levels that are high security, things down there that we don't know and never seen. We will never see this, as government are preparing for everything that's going to happen soon in our future events. This here is an image of a huge drill set, a drill head that was used as part of drilling them underground tunnels. Now there's thousands of these tunnels under the USA, other parts of the world, many parts of the world, Russia, and also the UK. They are drilling these tunnels, so there is a huge network. They've been doing it to Walmarts, right up to Walmart, so they can stop their bunkers for when this Nibiru and wormwood, whatever you want to call it, comes close to our Earth and causes the big huge pole shift. They are prepared for this. And this image is showing you how huge these drill heads are, which they have been using for many long years. And they've been getting away with it right under our nose. This is an up-to-date underground military access. This is where and what they use now to stop their bunkers and to prepare for the huge event that's coming. These are very thick iron doors made of precious materials that will stop anything that's basically going to head on towards us on Earth. But don't forget that when they're tucked away down there, we, the public, have to fend for ourselves and face the music as they are down there hoping to survive this. But let me tell you, it's going to be very difficult for them, because when the binary star Nemesis approaches our Earth, those huge particles and VU rays are going to head down there and burn everything. So it's all a big waste of time, really, but they're just on a hoping chance to save their banking system, to thinking that when, or if they survive after the pole shift. Underground construction that is going on to this day now, to this hour, as they build these tunnels. You can see on this image here, there's tunnels that are going upwards and across, where they'll be using special lifts. And it's all right now happening. We need to keep our eyes open to this. because the secret knowledge is that this is all going on behind our backs. And the shadow government know this. We really need to start studying this because they are absolutely 100% going to be going down into these cities when Nibiru and the Frightener Nemesis heads close towards our Earth. This is where they're going to go now. This image here as well is underground military personnel, where all their offices will be and their command and their computer systems and the power generators and everything. So it's all written up and it's all ready for this huge event. So please don't think that, and also please don't just be the one that sat on the fence, because the military, as you can see, are up in our skies every day, morning, noon and night, to hide these objects that we're now starting to see, these huge reflections. This here is another huge cutting tool that they use down there, an underground boring in rail tunnel. And they're building these as well as we talk. These are huge. And as I say, these are made specifically for the government and the presidents around the world, the elite, to stay down there, nice and cozy as we suffer the consequences when the sun's twin is right above our heads. So, again, we need to expose these government officials, don't we, to show other people what they've been up to all along. As you see the government on the tellies, they're just playing their tune. That's really what they're doing, is they're taking our money from our pockets and building what they're doing down below underground. This is another image. It's called the Cheyenne Mountain Space Command Nuclear Bunker. Another place where other officials and other governments will run down there to hide away, hoping to survive soon after that pole shift. We're slipping now anyway. The Earth is slipping now into a pole shift. The Earth is wobbling and it's rotating erratically through its orbit. And the sun is causing a lot of problems. On this image here, they call it underground boring. They're boring out the tunnel. You can see the two tunnels in the far end, the rare vision there. You can see this. And they're doing this, as I say, all the time now. Getting it all ready, preparing, which we should be doing now, preparing. But they don't want to expose themselves to the public. We, taxpayers, they just want us to behave, to carry on our merry way, to work, to slave, as they continue to try and save themselves. This is again an underground entrance of one of these huge bunkers, and you can see the size of the door on this thing, can't you? I mean, it's massive, and they're preparing for this. This isn't old. They've spent trillions of dollars on these bunkers and cities. You've got to understand, where's all the money going? Well, I'll tell you now. These images are showing you where the money's going. The government have been ripping us off for years to get these places, these cities, into perfect detail for them to survive this. Here as well, protection. There are 15 three-story buildings inside the military complex, and each is buffered by a 25-ton blast door. 25-ton. Now that's huge. And this will protect from an EMP as well. Now, they're moving back into a lot of these other military bunkers as well, redesigning them, stocking up and making them another place for them for safety. These huge government redesigned bunkers now are like small towns underground. The Chilean mountain complex is home to more than 1,000 personnel and is able to operate as an underground town for months with fresh water and food. This huge bunker, that's now operated by military, was home to NORAD, who watched 700,000 aircraft per day using their technology. Now they've hugely reopened these underground cities because their strength, and they're so strong. If a huge event happens, this is where they go. And they're being controlled by military powers to be and government officials all around the world. And this is where they go. These will be the headquarters. It's in full operational. They're tracking everything up in the skies, as you can see on the screen there of the Earth. They're doing this all the time, tracking space weather, tracking these heavenly objects, but they will not tell any of the public this. It's hushed up all the time. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and I will be back to do another video tomorrow. So take care and prepare. Just please prepare for this. Please, it's so important. We've got to get all the information out, haven't we? I'm going to look into earthquakes again tomorrow to see how many we've had recently, and also space weather. Take care, from Matt Rogers. You and welcome back. It's now 22:20 p.m. again on the 7th of the 4th, 2017. And I just want to show you what's going on with the chemtrails. Here you can see this image. This is a new chemplane, and look at the piping, the electrical wiring that operates these tankers in these planes. You can see where these toxins, barium, aluminium, all the fluid that comes through and then gets pumped out from these tankers into our sky, right at the back of the plane. These hold lots of chemicals, and it's harming our atmosphere, it's harming us, it's dangerous to our children, to our pets, animals, and we need to stop this. Again, I got an email of a kind lady a couple of days ago that said that we could do with, we need 100,000 names to appoint this to our governments. This lady lives in the UK, has asked me to sign a petition as well. We really need to do this. This is the only way to stop this, is to write petitions. So I urge the Nibiru community to do something about this. We've got to sort something out. So I'm going to produce an email address in a future date to try and get a sort of petition or something. It's so important because it's all our families and everybody that we love and trust, family members, as I said, to stop them from breathing all these chemicals in, because it can cause all sorts of like Alzheimer's disease, memory loss, skin conditions. I mean, the list goes on. I'm going to go and show you another image. Again, we've got to think about our children and family members, because if the government had a brain cell or two, they would know that this is killing and harming everything. So I really hope and get the message across that the government has to stop this. We all need to stand up to these situations now. This is another piece of information on a chart. Public Law 10585 allows testing on biological weapons on civilian population, meaning us. And it really does mean us. Biological agents defined, microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, fungi. I mean, look at it. It's a list that just carries on. I mean, we as humanity, okay, we've been on this planet for thousands of years. And in the past, civilizations like the Sumerians, the Celts, other civilizations that have been here for, a long time. They didn't have chemtrails. They hadn't had their skies sprayed. They knew what was coming. They knew that the world was going to be cleansed when they saw those heavenly objects up there in the skies. They didn't have these corrupt government officials that was allowing themselves to get those military organizations to spray our skies every day. They are harming our planet, and people need to completely wake up out of their watching telly and looking down at the ground and onto their mobile phones, and they walk around the streets asleep, humanity, and they just don't understand and realize that they're laughing at us, spraying our skies. They are doing it because they don't want us to see the truth of what's coming. And it's all about hide and seek until the very end. And they will seek into those bunkers, and they will know that we're all left all on our own, above on the land. Because when them chemtrails stop for a long time afterwards, then we've got to start worrying. Because that will be the time close to when this situation happens. Nemesis is on our horizon, and we really do need to prepare for this. Here again, here are all the organisations that are lying to us. The climate mafia. On these badges you can see on the screen. They all know, every single one of them know, that Nibiru is on its way. It's here. You can see the smog in the skies. You can see those natural clouds being burnt away, and how low they are down in our skies. It's a situation now. We're seeing the dark shadows, and these people are still lying to us, and we still believe in the TV news media lies. The weatherman, he doesn't mention chemtrails, and we're seeing them every single day. The weatherman on the telly is still saying patches of cloud here, blue skies, yellow sun. All you need to do is just take a look outside and you'll see that the sun is white hot, and it's darkening as well some parts of the sky, and there's hundreds of chemtrails, and our natural clouds are disappearing, being burnt away. The hydrogen is disappearing. And a good friend of mine from up north, the north of England, Mr. Ian Gordon, a respectable man that emails me every single day, and I've mentioned him on other channels, and his health is at risk, and he's still emailing me and looking at the skies and studying the skies for me and you, the subscribers. So a big respect to Ian as well. He's a very clever man, a very genuine guy, with total respect to all you subscribers. And it's just fantastic how the man stood by me. And also, you're all standing by me, and it's so good. And it's so important that we acknowledge the truth and give it out, spread it out to everybody else, because more and more people are starting to listen. All the other Nibiru channels as well. And it's just now time to get the words out there now, isn't it? But here on the screen, all these people in these companies, it's all about the agenda. It's all about New World Order, to hide the truth, to cover the skies. And it's making everybody very ill indeed, being sprayed upon by those chems. This is what we need. We need the weatherman on the telly, on the TV, to explain the truth to us. We don't need no propaganda lies all the time, expecting us to believe the weather's just fluffy clouds and yellow sun. It's not that anymore. We've got a huge object up there, the simulator, the Solo simulator. The agenda is happening now. And we still get told that there's wars going on and everything. There's refugees and things going on, but everything, the biggest event of our lives is right up there. A above our atmosphere, out into the inner solar system. This huge brown dwarf star is gaining closer to us, and the reflections, we're seeing it all the time now. So we do need to have a weather station to show people that the skies are changing every day. But sadly, news media will not disclose this. And I've spoke in the past to Channel 4, the BBC, Sky TV, and they all turn around and say, we don't understand what you're saying. We don't see this, what you're seeing. They're contrails. I mean, we all know that these are chemicals that are harming our families. Here's another diagram. It says scientific observations reveal jets are spraying aerosols, which they are, not contrails. Circles in frame A and B, you can see here and here, and D, here, show aerosol emissions that cannot possibly meet the USFAF and NASA definition of contrails, due to the absence of a transparent vapor gap between the hot engine exhaust and the visible ice crystals formations. The arrows in frame B and C here and here, point to anomalous aerosol emissions unrelated to normal water vapor contrail formations. These aerosols appear to be raised from the fuselage of the aircraft. Here, I mean, it's just outstanding how they're getting away with this. All frames, extract and videos. And please, as well, I've spoke to these and had an email off them as well, chemtrailsplant.net. Please look into this as well, because it's very interesting, because they've zoomed right in and noticed the differences of what's going on with these chem planes. And there is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people now that have woken up to this, and it's so important. We need to get the word out. They need to stop this now. Enough's enough, because we just want to see those objects up there now, don't we? I mean, we're in 2017. We know there's beings up there. That we know there's huge events going on up there as well. The space weather is just completely erratic as well. They just seem to think that to spray the skies and let us go on our daily routine is going to be okay. Just pat us on the back and just let us go on our merry way. But no, we are now starting to wake up. Humanity is waking up to this now. And we want disclosure. We want the truth. It's time. There's no point with these false flag events everywhere to keep people's eyes down, to dumb us down. We have the freedom of speech, humanity has. Again, there's poster boards and newspaper cuttings as well from other parts of the world. You've got one here from Spain, and their skies are being chemtrailed all the time. This is a recent newspaper cutting. And again, here in the UK, you've got Charlie Mitchell, a kind, respected subscriber, a follower, that had emails in the past and said that, I mean, the skies in London are blasted with chemtrails. So respect to you, Charlie. And again, from Texas, Sharice Nelson, I got a very kind email to do a video share of different bits of footage of the sky as well. So respect to you too. And it's all about the Nibiru community. It's all about sharing images. And I've got tons of stuff to go through, and I will go through it over this weekend now. But it's just so important that we are able to get the message out to other parts of the world, to let them know that we're their friends, and we can see with our skies as well that they're being hammered with trails just like theirs, so they're not on their own. People are also reporting pesticide smell in the air as well. And I've noticed as well that once they've chemtrailed, especially where we are in the northeast of England, after they've chemtrailed the following day, you can feel that runny nose and headaches and flu-like symptoms. It goes on for about a week and a half. Are they doing this to buy their products from big pharmacy? Because I've noticed as well that there are lots of people going to the healthcare centres, the local doctors. I mean, it's packed the following few days after they've been spraying heavily. I mean, it's got to be it just doesn't make, it's like it doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, why are they doing this? Is it because they're trying to draw more money out of the system, with us spending to buy more medicines for our families to get better? I mean, I don't trust the water. I always buy non-fluoride mineral water. It's so important to do this. I feel so much better. But you can see it's so evident, isn't it? I mean, looking at the different channels and videos as well, you've got Steve Olsen's. He is showing the truth as well about this as well. He's very concerned about the chemtrails as well. We all are very concerned, aren't we? Bill Martin as well, fantastic chap as well. It's just throwing out truth of what's going on. You can see, and he's pinpointing different pieces of evidence to get the truth out there. We're all trying our hardest to try and get the truth out there. You've got Scott as well. Scott, if you're listening, you can just see what's going on. It's outrageous what they're doing, isn't it? Big pharmacy as well. Government-run pharmaceuticals. It's all about the money. They get you hooked on these medications, and then they just let the ball roll along. They're pulling us in all the time. It's a huge agenda. They don't care about us or our health. They just care about putting their money in their pockets, filling their pockets and running in their luxury cars, their nice offices, and the government just sniggering in the background. And you're just slowly killing yourself. You don't need the medicine. You think you do. I mean, there's other ways of becoming healthy. But because it's loads of things that are going on around us now. You've got the chemtrails, this poison in the skies, the tobacconist companies, the alcohol business, the pharmaceuticals. It's all putting harm into our bodies. So like many people like us that are wide awake to the situation of what's going on around us in the world now, the government doesn't want us to talk. They want to zip us up. They want to shut us up and tell us to get on our merry way and leave us to ponder about what they're up to all the time. They don't want us to see the truth. There's lots of people that are being mudslung all the time on different channels. But they're still carrying on, and I respect that. I really do. As we just keep going on and finding and seeking the truth. So next time another official, a government, or a doctor, or a policeman starts talking down at you, just be strong and say, hey, there's no need to speak like that. Because we can all see what's going on. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. It's complete insidious greed. And look at the amount of money that they're making every single year. I mean, this is only from 2003 to 2012. And God knows how much they've made now. It must be into the trillions. And they're saying that we're in debt. They're in debt. The government is paying a big, huge debt, and it's our fault. We are the ones to blame. So they're taking it out of our taxpayers' money. And I really would like to know that figure of how much they've made from us now. It's gone into the billions. It would gone into the trillions now. This says it all, doesn't it, really? Put the politicians on the minimum wage and watch how things change. Now, It's true, isn't it? I believe that if things turn the other way towards them, things will change. There'll be no debt. They've stuck us in this, aren't they? I mean, the whole scenario situation. They say that we're in debt, but with them spraying them skies, it must be costing us trillions of dollars, pounds. I mean, all over the world. We're being heavily taxed with our wages, our incomings, our earnings. If they wasn't doing that, we'll have more money coming in. We've been hammered, every single one of us. They even turn the petrol pumps down. They slow them down, the gas pumps, to make you think there's more fuel going into the car. But years ago, they used to spin round quite fast, the gas pumps. They are deceiving us all the time with different tricks that they're up to all the time. Everything's changing now. We're in definite end times. The banking system is the biggest scam in the world. And this is what they want to save. They want to save their banking system to when this huge event that comes, and it's in the near future, because we're seeing all the signs in the skies and the heavens now. And it's been said in the Bible as well. And it's been covered up, hasn't it? Sumerians have mentioned it as well. Lots of people, like Dr. Harrington, sadly passed away in suspicious circumstances. Lord Pye, another researcher and a truther, sadly passed away. I mean, the list goes on. And they're hoping that if they survive this huge event, they will be able to pop their heads out of these bunkers and start their cruel system again, their banking system. I mean, just imagine if we was debt-free and we were free from this situation. Things would be a lot different, wouldn't it? Again, they don't report things like this. These huge asteroids and comets that are flying from some part through the Kuiper Belt, in the same part all the time. And when they go past the backside of the sun heading towards our Earth, we will see them bright and large in the near future, as again we will see that binary twin nemesis as well. And then we will get that huge pole shift, Earth's crustal pole shift. Again, all these readings here on the right hand side, the atmosphere, the crust, the magma, the mantle, the core, the ionosphere, and the magnosphere. I mean, they're all being affected by this right now, as today, with these blasts from the sun. And it's affecting the core, the mantle of our Earth, causing the lava and the magma to generate through those crusts, causing earthquakes. And we're being bombarded by these solar flare activity all the time. These rays are hitting through. People not noticing this. I mean, those chems, again, are trying to fight a losing battle because it's getting much worse as we head towards the binary twin nemesis. It's making its ecliptic path, and it will cross our Earth very close, causing tsunamis and all sorts of devastation as well. And again, the government know this all the time. They are just hiding everything. The military are just trying their hardest to hide what's going up there in the skies. This is another chart of a 400-year magnetic South Pole shift. And it's like 50-year spans. Now, this has been going on for a long time, and we're all shifting very slowly south as well now. Everywhere is now starting to slowly shift, as the north and south poles are cracking up now all the time. Another huge chunk of ice has split away as well. And it's just finding out the different pieces of information, putting it together, isn't it? All the time we need to just keep focused and putting out all this evidence. because we just want the government just to turn around and say, right, hand on heart, this is what's going on. But again, I don't believe that's going to ever happen, is it? So it's down to us to pick up the pieces all the time, spread them out and look at the information to be able to figure out what's going on. There's even books that people have wrote, and this book is all about the chems and also the halo of the sun, Thomas Foster. But also it's been remanufactured, this book, by a guy called Robert from New Zealand. And again, it's very interesting to show you that other people have actually gone to the hard work to write books and study what's going on in our skies. So all the information is out there to be able to pick up the government and also space agencies are actually naming these halos and other objects that are being spotted in the skies, like sundogs. And it's new to us, isn't it? The word sundog wasn't there in the early years, was it? When we were about back in the day. So these are all just recent names, aren't they? So it's again important to research and look into the situation of what others are doing as well, and writing up about what's going on.